Hi there, welcome back here, guys. In last lecture, we have created our first smart contract called Faucet. Before the deployment and migration to Ganache blockchain, I would like to talk about UInts and Ints. This is an AI lecture, so additional information lecture, so you are free to skip this one. In the next one will be deploying smart contract. Okay, so let's take a look on this structure here. Why I'm writing here uint and int. As I told you, uint is a structure for keeping the number. So when we want to keep in a variable of funds 1000 and the counter -10, we need to specify this variable as the type of the number variable, uint and int. And on this variable here, type depends on how many values I can, how big number I can assign to this variable. Okay, because when I have a uint, as I told you, this is the alias for uint 256. Okay, I'll write it here. So we have a uint. I'll write it somewhere here. So we have a uint. We write it here. Uint is the alias for uint 256. This means this number can keep 256 ones and zeros. So this value is 256 ones and zeros. Okay, and you have them 256, and this number can keep only positive values. Okay, it cannot keep negative values. Then you have ints. Okay, and this will be int, this alias for int 256. Again, you have it here. You have again 256 ones and zeros. Okay, again 256 of these numbers. Okay, 256, but this can keep also positive and negative values. First bit of this number is a signed int that is saying if the number is positive or negative. If the number is positive or negative. That's why the integers can keep the smaller values. The largest positive value here in this structure is larger than this one here in the ints. So what values actually here we can keep? The smallest value, so our minimum value I can keep with the uints. So minimum value in the case of the uints is the value 0. Okay, that's the minimum value I can keep here. The maximum value with the uints is the value you can compute as a 2 on 256 minus 1. So it's a fairly large number. You can put it onto your calculators and you can compute how big is this number. So that's the maximum number you can keep with the uints. With the ints, which I should separate it from a smart contract, so it's visible. So with the ints, we can, with the minimum value we can keep, I told you we can keep here also negative numbers. So minimum value here will be 2 on 255 minus 1. 255 because the first bit is used for assigned. Okay, so the value can be smaller now in this case. This value is smaller in this case. And the maximum value here, actually this should be minus 2. Minus 2 on 255. And here is a maximum value is a 2 on 255 minus 1. So again, pretty large value. All right, let's show an example of some smaller numbers. So let's say we'll not be having a uint of 256, but let's say we'll have a uint of what I did a mistake here, a uint of 32. So 32 bits, so 32 of 1 and zeros, right? So how I would compute this value. So what maximum value I can keep here in this structure of uint 32 bits. So we have a 32 of 1 and zeros. This will be 2 on 32 minus 1. So we can place it in the calculator. This should be value we should be able get here. So 2 on 32 minus 1. So this value is 4,294,967,295. So that's the value we can keep, the maximum possible value we can keep in this structure here. Okay, let me see. Actually, I will do one. I will try one thing. Let me go to the smart contract, and I will write here uint 32 public test, and I will assign here value for billions. I will not remember it, right? So for billions, I can also copy from here. Copy from here. No, it's possible copy here from here. So 294, 294, 496, 496, 7 to 9, 7 to 9, 5, like this. So you can see here, or something wrong. Did I press -1 actually there? Let me see, 200, 2 on 32. Yeah, I pressed -1. So do have some mistake here. So let me verify it. 4 billions, 294, 294, 294, 967. Okay, I actually have a mistake here. It's very hard to actually, it's not possible to copy it. So one more time, 4 billion, 4 billions, 294, 294, 967. Okay, 967 actually here, 967 to 9, 5, to 9, 5. All right, now it's fine. Okay, so that's the maximum possible value we can keep here. And I will try to get here 6. This shouldn't be possible, and we will get here error. Yeah, perfect. And the minimum value I can keep here is 0. Okay, and when I will try -1, of course, this will not work. Okay, so yeah, that's working. I will keep it here for you. Okay, we'll not be using it, of course. And yeah, so with the uints, we can keep here 256 ones and zeros. Maximum value is 2 on 256 -1. In the case uints, we can keep on 200 minimum on -2 on 255 -1, and maximum is a 2 on 255 -1. All right, and in the case of 32 bits, you could see here what maximum value we can keep here, 2 on 32 -1 in the case of a uint 32. So that's basically how the ints and uints work. They specify the type of the data we can work with. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it from this AI lecture. If you have any questions, ask them, and let's continue in the next one. Cheers.